Hi guys. So this is another hat that I'm starting to shape. I'm waiting on this sealer that I purchased from Amazon, and it's gonna make this hat be really stiff like this, because I like the wide brim and I want it to be stiff, and I don't want it to convert and go back into the floppiness. So right now it's just pure hot water, and I just steam it and do the molding to it. I'm actually going to have to invest in that steamer. If I'm going to get in these hats, I'm going to have to invest in a steamer. But if y'all get these plastic pieces, keep them. Don't put the steam on them, but just as the hat's drying, you can put them on this mold and it can kind of mold to this shape. So I'm just kind of rolling it around and different things like this. So guys, we're going to have a conversation, like just protecting our children. And my mama always used to say, if you know better, you'll do better. And my mom, my mother was a drinker. And she always told us, don't have kids in my house. Don't bring y'all friends in. Don't do this. Don't have nobody, because like if you bring somebody in the house and your mama don't know, and she's just in her own little mood, and she's probably drinking her beer, smoking her cigarettes, and then you go to school and you get teased. Oh, I was at your house and your mama had a beer, or your mama drunk, or whatever the situation is. So my mom never really allowed us to have company. Like she was like, this is private, kids is outside, so we always kind of knew that, like growing up. So, my mother didn't allow it. So, and she said, I don't allow y'all to bring people here. Y'all stay y'all butt out of other people's house. So, I want to say this, guys. It's like, I don't know, this past weekend that I was out of town and visiting family and visiting friends, and I was truly disturbed with a lot of stuff that I saw. And I'm encouraging parents, if you allowing your kids to go in these people's households and be there, and you trusting that the parents is going to be supervising the kids and things is on the up and up, especially if you that kind of parent, get involved in your kid's life. And, walk up to these doors and knock on the door. Hi, what's your name? Barbara. Hi, Barbara. How you doing? This is my baby, Jennifer. Jennifer want to come over here and play with your daughter, Allie. And do Allie got brothers, Jennifer age? Get to know what's going on. Because a lot of younger kids, they're picking girls that's their friends because they really like the little brothers. And then the moms is letting them spend a night. And we ain't in cell block, so it's really no separation, because nobody can't stay up all night and watching. So by the mom and daddy go to bed, look, she sneaking over there in the little boy's room, or the boy, so be aware of what's going on, with your children. Try to build a relationship where you can talk to your kids. I think a lot of times parents do fear tactics. Say, don't do this, and you can, discipline your kids and do everything. And to be honest, some of the kids that probably got the worst whoopings in the world is sitting in the penitentiary. Okay, because it made them rebel even more. You gonna do this to me? And so a lot of times, a lot of parents thinking that whoopings gonna save the world. You whoop them real good, it's gonna save the world. Sometimes it may save some kids. You put the fear of God in them, and some kids it actually makes them more mean and tougher. You want to hit me? It makes them more aggressive. Like the whoopings don't work. So, I'm gonna share a very personal story, and I had a flashback with this story because a lot of time as a kid you forget stuff, and then it come back to you. So I want to say this, and it's the truth. Do y'all know that more women is sexual predators than men? I'm going to say it again. More women is sexual predator than men, and they do it against kids. Okay? So we gotta remember that, because a lot of times we always want to stereotype the men's. No, look it up. Look it up, because women, they're undetected. People wouldn't think that a mama would do that. They think she's such a good person, or even a young teenager girl or whatever, that this won't do it. Y'all got y'all kids being left with these babysitters that's way advanced sexually, and they things that happen to them in their childhood, and they play an experiment on your kid, and you don't even know. Get to know who your kid is hanging around with. And don't think that it's weird to ask these type of questions. I asked my grandbaby, hey, you go over to do, so I've been teaching her, like when she go and do the number 2, she's 5, I'm teaching her with me to also clean her butt, some wipes or whatever, because I don't want to be smelling poopy. So, but I do it with a towel, and I tell her, and I clean her, and I say, you always got to do this and that and that. And then I start talking about somebody touching you. If anybody touch you, to go tell your mama. And I even go far as this. Even if your nana done something to you that's bad, you go tell your mom. Because a lot of times we put fear in these kids, and we set up boundaries where they ain't going to go tell. So I'm teaching her that anybody, daddies are hurt kids, mamas are hurt kids, grandmamas, it's a couple right now in jail from, unaliving their granddaughter. So it's so much toxic stuff that go on. So I'm teaching them. But I'm gonna go back to the story. So when I was probably about 5, I used to follow my sister around, my big sister. I used to follow her around, and she have this little friend girl coming over, and everywhere they went, little kid, you follow around, and it triggered me when I saw what I saw. This girl, when my sister left out of the room, and she did it real quick. Come here, put this in your mouth. Open your mouth. And she literally was taking my head and pushing it into private places. And you better not tell nobody. And I never ever told nobody. And it was weird that I never even talked about this to recently. I saw what I saw. It triggered. It came back. And one of my friends was saying how she had a babysitter. And this babysitter, so it's like we have to be aware of who our children is around, and, start asking questions, and, let them know this ain't right, that ain't right, or whatever. So this particular person, now I walk around, I always have on a robe, or I put on, like, this is like my sundress. Because I get hot, and I'm not, people say, you're probably menopausal. I'm not. I've always generate a lot of body heat. So for some reason, I think it's how my mama raised us. When we was little, we used to have to go to school, come home, and put on night clothes, put on a gown, put on some shorts, put on something. We wasn't allowed to walk around in clothes. I really think that's where this come from. So the minute I get in the house, my house, I instantly would get into something more comfortable. It's just an instinct. I do it. My mama always, so I really think that it's muscle memory. So we was taught to do that so much it's natural that I do that. But this particular person gets home, leave the top up and totally take off the bottom. When I say totally, when they walking, they walking around how they came in this world, how God brought them into this world. And they walk around, anybody, kids. Only thing they say, they don't do it to boys. Only girls and kids. And I'm like, so I'm talking to this person. I say, that's not appropriate. That's not right. You shouldn't do that. You need to put on some clothes. I say, put a robe on and get you an oversized shirt, or stay in your room. That's not normal. So no matter how I say it, and I feel like me being a matriarch of the family. And so I was talking to some of my friends about it, and they do it in front of everybody till they think it's normal. And I was like, nobody's telling this person that what they're doing is wrong. And I was telling her physically, this what you're doing is not right. You can't walk around like this. You can't do this. Well, it's my house. I walk around the way I want to do it. I said, yeah, but one day you're going to get a fucking charge. Because you're going to get the wrong little child to come up in here. And they parents ain't going to know that that's what going on in your house. And they going to go home and say, Mommy, I was over Loopy Joe's house. And Loopy Joe mama came out with this out and that out. What? You what? 911. Oh, y'all better send somebody over here. We got a predator. So I told her, the shit that you doing ain't right. And the people around you not saying nothing, what they scared of you? I said, it's not right. So this morning I get up and I send a text. And I was like, good morning. I hope you have an amazing morning. And I said, I've been dealing with this for a minute. I said, I'm going to say it again. I say, I think that you can be an amazing person. But there's some things about you need to change. Number one, you need to start putting on clothes in front of people. And small people in your home. It's just something that you need to do. It's not normal. And a lot of people think, this is my kid. Now I get it. Like a mama might be in the shower and her little girl, you only got one bathroom, she needs to come in and door lock. The mama might jump out of the shower, unlock the door, and there's a baby coming in, but she's not doing it fully. Look at me. It's like the baby got to go to the bathroom. There's only one bathroom in the house, and she quickly doing it. Quickly jumping out, and she trying to get in, and the baby got to come in quickly to use the bathroom because there's one bathroom. But some of these behaviors is too much. So monitor your kids, ask questions, because some people think, oh, because now that they didn't legalize marijuana, that they can smoke in front of your kids, that that's okay. No. Or they think it's okay to smoke cigarettes in front of your kids. No. Think they could talk a certain way in front of your kids. No. Monitor who your kids are around. Get to know that mama and get to know her good. And off the record, ask your kids, how's everything going over there? Everything okay? Anybody do anything weird? And you know what I mean? And I know it's weird to ask it because you never know. And a lot of times, you know, people ain't going to say nothing. So, of course, she got smart and told me that's her house. She do what she want to do. And it don't matter how I felt about it or whatever. So she gave me the confirmation. I'm going to stay the fuck out of your house. You're right, that's your house. I would stay out of your house. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. You know, just get to know who your kids around. Get to know what's going on. Because we never know what's happening behind closed doors. If you see your kid got a fear of somebody and they always trying to leave away from around that person, realize something didn't happen. A lot of times kids, we ain't going to come out and say it. We just to keep away from that person. So let's protect our children and get more involved with what's going on, you know, in their lives and the company that they keep in and the places that they're going, you know, as a parent. So they say you can lead a mule to the water, you can't make them drink it. But I felt like me being a matriarch, being a woman, being a mother, and I ain't saying I know everything because I had to get taught a lot of things, you know what I mean? Like, my mother used to curse a whole lot. So, I had a real bad cursing problem. Y'all could tell I still kind of got a cursing problem, but I can control that cursing problem now. Every word ain't got to be a curse word, but that was the environment that I was in. So I had to learn, you're not your mama. You ain't got to talk like that. Fix your mouth. That's not right. So, you know, like me and my friend, we would call each other the B word. Now I don't, no. We're not no B's. You know, we're beautiful women, you know, sisters. We ain't got to talk like that, not even playing. So I learned to change some things about me to make me a better person, to make me more attractive. And don't get me wrong, I still got some cussing ways. When I get mad, oh, will I cuss? You know, but now I learned that cursing don't have to be my whole vocabulary, that everything I'm saying is cursing. So I'm just encouraging you guys to pay close attention, you know, to your kids, because you never know what they're being exposed to. Pay real close attention. And, you know, us ladies being the matriarchs of the family, even if it ain't our kids, and, you know, the people that we trying, you know, don't be afraid to say something. You know, just ask God, you know, let me say this. And I'm not doing it in a confrontational way, but some things need to be said. Some things need to be said. And a lot of times we're scared to say it. So if this lost me a place at their dinner table, then I'm okay with that. I'd rather go sit at Popeyes than to be exposed to the stuff I was exposed to. So, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. And like I say, when I get all the parts to this hat, I'm going to let y'all see it. So I'm just pretty much as is here. It's still a little moist. I'm shaping it. And I'm going to make it really pretty. Yeah, I'm waiting on my blocks to come. But yeah. And this is just with hot water. This so far is the thing with hot water. I haven't did anything to it yet. Just basically the hot water. And like I said, I'm waiting on the other block to come. And then I got to get this block, you know, complete. Guys, I really appreciate when y'all listen to me and y'all talk to me and respond. Because I know a lot of times we be going through stuff. So people probably wonder, like, why do you get online and you talk like this? You know, you say this, you say that. A lot of times, guys, I'm so used to therapy. To venting outwards. And I have to tell my sister, say, oh, sister, you always got to. I said, sister, why do you always think I'm gossiping? When I'm talking to you, I'm venting. I'm hurting and I need to get this out. So learn to perceive it as we're talking. And even when I'm venting to y'all, I don't say the people names. You know what I mean? I'm not saying their names. These are true stories. but I'm not saying the people's names. Sometimes I need an exit because this stuff boiling me. It boils in me. I need an exit. I need to speak. I need to talk to somebody because it's not a comeback, and I'm not coming at nobody in a confrontational way. When I came at her telling her I think she's an amazing woman and a great person, but there's a couple things you need to change about you. You know what I mean? Just certain things you do is not right. So, and I just brought up everything and, just thinking about everything. We never know what past a person didn't had. And like I said, seeing what I saw and to go through that, I realized my past and what I've been through, but it was in dormant. I didn't remember it until I saw it. So, the comments and the stuff that, when we communicate, guys, I love that. I love that because it let me know that I'm not alone in everything I'm doing. And I'm not saying I got all the answers. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to do better, in my communication and, and not at all am I trying to be confrontational. But I just felt like as an elder, I can say it, you know what I mean? I remember, like your older aunties or somebody, and they'll come and they'll say to you, and I remember I was married and me and my husband had separated, but I think I was more or less focused on what everybody else thought about me and how embarrassing it was for him to cheat, and I was focused on what the world thought about me. But I drive every day and sit at my auntie house because he had moved across from my auntie, and I would watch this man. And my auntie came in there and she said, "Baby," I said, "Yes." She said, "What you doing?" She said, "You come over here every day and look out that window." And I said, "Yes." She said, "Let me say this to you and just listen. I don't want you to talk. That's your husband. That's your husband over there. And if you love him, tell him to come home. Because you over here every day hurting because you worrying about your pride and what people think about you than what your heart wants." She said, "I'm tired of seeing you coming over here moping and looking out that window because your pride won't let you tell this man to come home." She said, "He ain't going to be the first man to cheat and he ain't going to be the last one to cheat. Okay?" She said, "So you got to pick your pride up and follow your heart. Do you want your husband to come home?" And I'm sitting there like embarrassed because my other auntie there, my cousin, and I'm embarrassed of what people, she said, "Ain't nobody in this room but me and you. Stop looking around the room and looking at other people's mouths. I want you to answer from your heart." And I told my auntie, I said, "Yes." She said, "Then stop peeking out that window, pick up the phone and call your husband and tell him to come home." And that was wisdom from a matriarch that, just told me, put your pride aside, you know what I mean, and do what's best for your heart. Put your pride aside, do what's best for your heart. And so that was, and so, just that wisdom. And, I sit around, I got an old soul because I sat around the older people and I learned a lot of things, from these amazing, beautiful women. Like, the elephants, that matriarch, she teach everybody through generation and generation. So it's like, I might be silly. I love to make people laugh. I love to be, I have a sexy personality, but the most amazing thing about me is my heart and my ability to love and try to guide people. And like I said, this was emotional for me because it's like me talking to her. She don't feel like she's doing nothing wrong. She feel like everything is right. So she ain't going to realize until she catch a case that what she did was wrong. And then she going to be sitting back because you're going to do that in front of the wrong kids. And they going to go home and they going to have a relationship with their mama or their daddy. And now you got your ass in some hot water. And then you're going to want to, no, you was doing everything right. There's a way to do everything. We was all getting ready to go out to eat. And my sister-in-law, she always bring my niece, the one on the horses. I said, "Sister-in-law." She said, "Yes." I said, "When you come, don't bring baby girl." She said, "Huh?" I said, "Don't bring her. We having grown-ups night where it's all grown people." And I said, my comedy, and I got a potty mouth, and I, do my little comedy. I love to do comedy for my family, and I tell comical ways, and there might be a curse word here, curse word there. Y'all know I got a potty mouth. I told y'all that. I'm working on that. So, but it was just for grown-ups, and I didn't want to be around and say, looking and watching what I say. My mom always said there's a time and place for everything. When I'm in my grown-up mode, and it's grown people, I don't want no kids there. When I'm in my kids mode, when y'all see me and going with my grandkids and we doing the horses and we doing our then I'm in nanny mode. It's kid friendly. So there's two separate places. There's two separate places. It's time for this and a time for that. So with that being said, you know, thank y'all for listening. And yes, I think that this situation, I lost somebody, but I think that it's the best for me. So, okay, guys. Talk to you later. Toodles.